Hello, everybody. My name is Lauren Bryn Dunn. I'm the Assistant Commissioner of the MIAA, and I'm very excited to be here today with Weston Kvalevog from Adrian College. Weston, how are you today?
I'm pretty good. How are you?
I'm good. So tell me a little bit about yourself.
All right. Well, my name is Weston Kvalevog. I'm currently a fifth-year senior here at Adrian College. I'm going for my master's in accounting, and I run track and field. I mean, I do almost anything the coach asks me to do at this point.
Obviously, being a fifth year senior, you have had plenty of time within this conference and Division Three. Tell me about your time competing in the MIAA.
Uh, I mean, it's been a long time. I mean, I've been here since pre-COVID, but it was a big struggle. The conference is very competitive. It's gone up in competitiveness since I got here. But I love how, like, small of a conference it is compared to, like, the other bigger conferences. I know a lot of the athletes on the other teams, like, we get on a name-to-name basis. I love that about the sport, and then just the drive that everyone has. Like, you could be doing any other event from throws to jumps to sprints to distance. It all comes together, and you all cheer on everybody else at the same time, which I think is cool.
What drew you to Division Three specifically? What makes D3 special to you?
So I grew up in a small town, so I'm used to, like, the small classroom, like, aspect to the schooling, to where I know all the students, I know the teachers know me, I know the teacher. We're on a name-to-name basis, and that's what the Division 3 really brings. When I came into Adrian as a freshman, I never had a class more than 40 people. So the teacher knew all of our names. I got on a name-to-name basis with the teacher. The teacher knew what sports that all of us were in, so that she can, like, or he can make all the arrangements for the classes. I like the small campus. I don't want to go to a bigger campus. That's just gonna, like, engulf the whole college experience.
I'm sure you're super busy studying and being a student athlete, but what hobbies do you have outside of your sport?
I mean, I we're big into, like, board games on the team right now, so a lot of chess is going around. We do disc golf on occasion. Got a couple disc golf courses here in Adrian that we go out. And then we like watching football, watching other sports on TV. We'll, like, get together as a team, and we'll just have like a sort of, like, watch party for football, basketball, just whatever's on.
So you have the unique opportunity of competing as a fifth year senior due to COVID or using your fifth year due to COVID. What is it like to have this opportunity, especially when a whole season was taken from you because of the pandemic?
Yeah, I mean, it was tough. I mean, it came in as a freshman year. I Everything was sort of normal, I guess, and then, I go into indoor and I come back and then everything just happens. I mean, I didn't really compete outdoor, and then we come back, the whole mask situation. It was just a bumpy roller coaster, but, it's I say this for a lot of people, but, I'm very grateful that I have the opportunity and that Adrian has, like, a program that is in my, accounting field that I could get a master's program out of it, so it's kinda like a win-win situation.
I'm sure, sorry, I called you a fifth year senior earlier, but you're a graduate student. How do you manage to balance the demands of being a graduate student with being a student athlete? Because I'm sure it's kind of different now that you're at that next level in school.
Yeah, it is pretty difficult. I mean, the classes are harder. I mean, they're all online, thankfully. I mean, I don't have to go to any in-person classes, which, I mean, I like the in-person classes, but it's a nice, touch having it online to where it fits around my schedule better. I think just, time management. I mean, you really develop this habit of time management when you get to the college level compared to high school sometimes, and, that has really helped me with this graduate program because, like I said, the classes are genuinely harder, and then I'm doing way more events than I was when I came in as a freshman, so a lot more practices that I have to go around. So the time management portion is a must-have when you want to compete at the Division 3 or even any level. So
You went from placing seventh in the high jump to being a back to back conference champion in the event. How do you personally prepare for conference championships and to, do better than what you previously did before?
yeah, I mean, I had a big slump through freshman year. I mean, I don't I wanna say COVID was to blame for it, but I don't like using that. I just did not perform freshman and sophomore year. I came from winning a lot in high school, and I thought it would transfer over, and it just doesn't. You have to work hard. You really do. So I put in the time over the summer. I did everything from, like, distance runs to sprints to even working on plyometrics in the summer, and I started that after my sophomore going into my junior year, and, it just really went up from there. I went from not clearing a 190 bar to clearing it on the first day of practice coming back, and the coaches took notice, and I surprised myself with it, and then I just kept going up from there, and I never looked back.
Your coach mentioned, and you just touched on this, that you've competed in different events, which is unique for a Division III student athlete. What motivated you to expand your repertoire, we'll call it, in track and field?
I come from a different background in high school than I did in college. I mean, I was the distance guy in high school. I would go for 800s, 1600s, and then I was on cross country. So I wasn't really a sprinter when I was in high school because we had sprinters at the high school level. But when I came into the college level, we already had people at the 800 at the mile, and the coach previously was just like, "Do you want to run the 400? That can help you with your high jump." And I was like, "Sure, why not?" And I was 400 high jump mainly, and then just about a year or two ago, I tried out javelin, and that took off. And then coach just was like, "Oh, you're doing all these events. Why don't you just try pole vault hurdles for a heptathlete?" I was like, "Sure, why not?" And here I am doing all the practices for everything. So,
How different then for you, for those who don't know track and field that well, how different is the training compared to just being a single event athlete?
yeah, it's very different. I mean, I'm going to events that I've never practiced before and events that I've practiced for, I mean, over 7 years for. Like, I've done high jump the whole time, ever since, like, 8th grade of middle school going to my 5th year in college, but for shot put, I just went to my first shot put practice, like, a month ago. So it's very different aspects. I'm learning, like, on the fly for some events, but then I'm just tweaking little things when it comes to my specific events that I'm, excel at. So that's really the difference.
I like closing out each interview with a fun question. Um, During this interview, we are heading into December. What is your favorite winter activity?
Back at home, we have this thing, it's called hillbilly sledding, and, once we get a bunch of snow on the ground, we go to my grandparents' house, and they live on a remote dirt road, and, we strap sleds to the back of the truck, and we go sledding down the road, and it's pretty fun. We get, like, the whole family involved, and we have a great time.
That's amazing. Well, Weston, thank you so much for taking the time to speak with me today, and best of luck to you and your team this season.
Thank you.